All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to City Uncut, episode 157. Our first episode in 4 weeks, because that's just how the holiday schedule worked. I'm your host, Dorf. We got the whole crew together tonight, actually. Everybody's here. Adam and Shawn, say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, not a little more.
My name is Shawn, and I have a problem. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm
Sorry, buddy.
I'm disappointed from your Star Wars revelation there. That
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, just before we came on air, I neither of these two have seen The Last Jedi yet, and I fucking despised it.
Look, I've heard, I've spoiled it for myself. I don't care. I'm one of those people that don't care about having something spoiled.
I'm right there with you. It does not bother me.
I mean,
whatsoever.
I read the spoilers before the movie
I
came
do the
out.
same thing too.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'm still gonna see the
I know
movie.
exactly, but I don't care what happens. Like if somebody tells me it spoils it, big deal.
Yeah, neither do I. But whatever. But yeah, Dorf.
Yeah, I hated it. We got a lot to get to tonight, and I'm pretty sure that I talked you into a XCast appearance about how much I hated it. So we'll save it for that.
We've already done a Star Wars nerd out on the XCast, but we already
It's time for another one.
We already want to have another one.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. That's it.
See, my brother hated it too. Do you know what my brother hated? You know what my brother doesn't like?
What's that?
He doesn't like Luke. He doesn't like Luke as a character.
That's about 8th on my list of grievances.
Really?
Yeah. Luke was bad, and there's more above
Well,
that. I don't have an exact list of grievances to say he's number 8,
with
but he's
me
not
not-
at the top of the list.
With me not seeing that, but then seeing Mark Hamill diss his own character so much. Like I've seen that, and then he goes back and apologizes. Like I'm sorry, I did it so bad. You know, I'm like, so it's like,
yeah, because I'm sure somebody said you have a no disparagement clause in your contract.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! And here's the thing: he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong about how bad his character sucks. You see, that's.
I mean, if you look at his comments before he had to walk him back about how he was disappointed in the direction his character was taken, yeah.
I hate blaming Disney for all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
No, it's called a fucking shit director.
Well, Disney's responsible for this shit director.
Yeah.
They spent all this money buying this stuff. They need to, you know.
They've made their money back like 7 or 8 times over.
I know,
You know
but
what?
still, I'm like, it's like you spent all this money on buying that, even though you made it back already. Wouldn't you still want to, actually still make good movies so your name's not being dissed? I'm like, you're ruining a.
They don't care.
I know, but still.
The bottom line is all that matters.
Yeah.
They didn't have to reinvent the wheel or anything with this, too. I mean, Lucas already had all the stories
everything
written for
going.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, they went back through and essentially changed everything. So now, The Force Awakens was A New Hope rehashed.
Yeah, it was A New Hope.
Yeah.
With
The First Order is the
characters.
Empire rehashed. The Resistance is the Rebellion rehashed. So, I mean, they set themselves up here for these new movies to not be very good or not anywhere close.
And then you honestly, I know you and I I've discovered share this opinion. Rogue One is the best Star Wars film ever made.
Did I give you the confidence to come out
Yeah.
say that?
Look at you. Look at that smile. Look at that smirk.
I will not. I am not going to walk that back. Rogue One is the best Star Wars film ever
It looks like a weight has been lifted off
like,
of his shoulders.
Seriously, I was afraid that I'd get publicly ostracized and banished to the fringes of society for having that opinion.
No,
Rogue One is dead serious. Rogue One is the best Star Wars film ever made.
I'm comfortable saying that as well.
And I'll tell you what, we can have a discussion about The Empire Strikes Back and it, but I still maintain.
It'd be better if the director of Rogue One directed The Empire Strikes Back or remade it.
But see, the thing is, like you said, if they remake, they got to remake them all. They can't just go back and make this like the one. They got to remake them all.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care
and here's the thing, I would fully have confidence it's Gareth Edwards, right?
I think it's Gareth Edwards. Gareth Edwards, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Gareth something, and I'm pretty sure it's
Edwards.
You know what? I know J.J. Abrams is already the man for Episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
But they have plans to go through 12, right?
I think so.
It's probably gonna go on forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
Until people stop showing up. And you know what's going to happen to that? People are going to have to... A whole generation's going to have to die off, and that's a while from now.
You know what else I don't care about?
What's that?
CGIing dead actors to bring them back to life.
Yeah.
Don't care. I think do it.
Whatever.
Seeing
The
Grandma
tech's good
Tarkin
enough.
back in?
Tarkin, you know, had you not known he was dead, I don't think you would have noticed.
Probably not. I'm sure there's some nerds out there, some CGI nerds, like, well...
You know, his left dimple was slightly more pixelated than it should have been. You have to watch it at 1/60th speed with a magnifying glass to notice it, but this is the kind of level of detail we take. All right, before we get any further off track, this episode...
we're doing a sports show right now?
Yeah, this is sports. This is sports ball, specifically in the state of Michigan. If we have any live stream viewers or anybody viewing even in after we upload it again, everybody's like, "Fuck this! I tuned in for sports.
Hey.
Screw these guys." Find a nerd podcast. I go to nerd podcast.
Everybody likes Star Wars.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Except my wife.
Hey,
And my girlfriend.
My girlfriend hadn't watched it until I didn't make her. She
I don't even
willingly
think
did, but
my girlfriend's even watched one of them yet.
We watched them in the correct order.
Didn't we get a conversation about that a while ago? Like,
What is the correct order?
Yeah, I don't even, to be honest.
No, we watched them in the correct order, in chronological release date order. That is the way you do it.
There's actually another way to actually watch it.
They
call it something. I forgot what it's
yeah,
called.
you watch like.
God damn it! I'm trying to get us on track. Don't worry about this.
You
Save it for later.
got us going on Star Wars, man. Like, we don't even care about
in the
sports
pre-show.
right
Now I gotta.
Yeah, you got us going. So it's like Star Wars.
Do we need to have a Star Wars podcast now, guys? Got a lot more free time now.
That's true.
Now that I'm all graduated and shit, finally.
I'm gonna find this.
Yeah, that's attempt to talk sports, and then we'll probably get distracted.
All right.
Like always.
Well, anyway, this is the predictions episode. I know it's already a week into 2018, but we're not covering anything that's already happened. Hooray, Jim Caldwell was fired, and that's all we'll say about that. Anyway, we're not going to get into anything that's already happened, and we're not going to do bowl game recaps because you know what? It's 2 weeks after, and none of y'all care.
Right.
You don't want to rub. You don't want to rub the Michigan nose into their giant steaming turd that was the Outback Bowl.
Oh my god, dude.
No.
No.
It's not even worth it, to be
The
honest.
giant helping of crow that they've had to eat over the last several weeks is satisfaction enough for me.
What about people? What about people getting on Matt Patricia about his beard?
I love it.
Ha 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 ha! You fucking dinosaurs, Shawn. You've got a new person you might look like.
I know. The funny thing, my brother texted me. Where was I? I was doing
First,
something.
you were the Jabba Chamberlain impersonator.
I was. Where was I? I can't remember exactly where I was, but my brother texted me. He goes, "Hey," he's like, Mitch is his son, my nephew, and he's like, Mitch and I were talking about how you and Matt Patricia would be.
He's got to rock a backwards hat.
Would literally be like best friends because you guys look so much alike.
Backwards hat. So you've already got the earphone thing. I know they're not the official NFL earphones or whatnot.
I'm gonna have to get my backwards hat.
Backwards hat, pencil in your ear.
I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna let
Actually, it's not a pencil in the ear. The pencil's
it's
stuck
straight
up.
up.
Into
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna have to grow my beard out just a little bit. The funny thing is, we're actually pretty much almost the same size. I was looking at it. He's not much.
You
bigger
are. You guys. He's like what, 2 inches taller?
Yeah, I think he maybe if that. And
you guys are about the same weight, though.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Is he? No, he's
no.
Yeah,
we're
no, they're
pretty
about
much
the same weight.
Yeah. I think he's like 250 something. I'm 260. So.
Yeah.
Did he play football?
Like D3.
Yeah.
Was it
He
D3?
played at. He went to RPI.
Oh,
Is it
yeah.
Rensselaer? Did you go to Rensselaer or is it Rochester?
I can't.
I don't know. Engineering school in New York. And
So he actually went to school for school.
yes. There's a pretty good write-up about him from about a year and a half ago
From
on
SI. Yeah, it's really, really good. I recommend anybody, everybody.
If you haven't read it yet, I mean, I read it right when it came out and was like, dude.
No, go everybody because this. I mean, he's probably going to be the next Lions head coach.
It's pretty.
Everybody,
Something catastrophically wrong is going to have to happen.
Yeah.
Like, the only way it doesn't happen is if Darth Hoodie dies or quits.
Yeah.
And the Patriots promote him.
Oh God, please, Belichick don't die quick.
Yeah, Darth Hoodie's going to have to croak.
No, but it's very good. It's
Yeah.
excellent, excellent
Oh, yeah.
article.
Excellent
Very
piece.
interesting. And then you were talking about it too a couple of weeks ago, Dorf. How Belichick gave him the ultimatum of, "Hey, you want this job?
You want this?
Yeah, I gotta
That's
go
from
talk."
this from this.
This piece. That's
Yeah,
where I got
yeah.
this
And he's
story.
like, "Oh, well, I gotta go talk to my wife." Well, I don't want to give it to you then.
Yeah, if you can't answer me now, that tells me you're not dedicated, and I don't want you.
He didn't take it then, didn't he?
He didn't take it then. He said, "No, I gotta talk to her," and then he called somebody who knew Patricia, also in the NFL community, and said, "Am I gonna regret giving this guy a shot?" And the guy was like, "Absolutely not." He called him back and said, "Now or never."
Yeah.
That was no. He's gonna be a very good head coach. Whether it's to the Lions or somebody else.
Since this is sports
Yay!
related,
Sports ball.
Since this is sports related, I feel justified in asking you this, Dorf.
Sure.
Okay, because the two big guys from the Patriots is obviously Josh McDaniels and Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Why do you like Patricia over Daniels now?
Specifically, overall, or as the next head coach of the Detroit Lions.
As the next head coach of the Detroit Lions.
Next head coach of the Detroit Lions. I like his defensive background.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
Because
I like the mad scientist disciple of Bill Belichick. Not, you know what the big mistake Josh McDaniels made? He made two big, huge mistakes when he coached the Broncos for that short stint.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to reinvent what he was so successful with in New England.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Fuck the traditional pocket passer. I'm going to make Tim Tebow the greatest thing since sliced bread."
Damn it.
He knew that was coming up. I'm like, wait, I'm like,
Yeah,
Broncos, and I'm like,
he's sitting
I'm
there
like,
digging
I'm like
for the
staring at Adam. I'm
Tebow
like,
drop on the soundboard.
yeah, I
That's
was
not
like,
up.
what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean those. He hitched his wagon to Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm.
That was his big mistake. And you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to having Josh McDaniels as well, but I like.
He's a gamer. He's a baller. He's a playmaker. And a shot caller. In case you didn't know, I got Tebow. He shattered the mold.
Thank you.
You
Don't
sure?
close that. Do not. Anyway,
Do it again.
you know I wouldn't. I like Patricia better because I think more of him intellectually than Josh McDaniels. But if we don't get
Not just Meathead Jack.
yes, if I don't get Patricia, my next guy on my list is Josh McDaniels. Like, he would be a fine alternative.
I think Josh McDaniels has learned plenty.
Oh yeah,
since he-
Yes.
absolutely. You let him make the mistakes in somebody else's dime.
Okay, two things here, Dorf.
Yes, sir.
One, Patriots defense has never been that good. I mean, when you look at total defense and everything like that,
You're right.
It's towards the bottom.
And also, if you look at like the Football Outsiders metrics, you're right as well.
Does that concern you?
No,
Why not?
just look how little they spend on it.
Yeah, like they don't need to spend like
look at the bargain basement talent they've
because they
put
don't
on
need
defense.
a defense when you have an offense like what they have.
Yes.
Fair enough. And I think we actually
And you know
showed
what?
at the beginning of the year we were talking about the Patriots' defense being their downfall
And,
this
and,
year.
and here's the thing: their
And they
defense
weren't
is really
they
never.
weren't even that bad. I guess I'm like
Well,
they were like in the middle of the pack to be honest.
Here's the thing
They're
about
bottom 10.
here's the thing about the Patriots. I don't know these numbers for sure. I may be wrong in this data. Guess what happens when you're always up 2 scores in the fourth quarter? You have a bunch of chunk yards and chunk plays, and all of a sudden your stats start getting whacked.
True.
And they're always up 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Second, Belichick's offshoots,
Haven't done well.
send-offs have never done well. I'm talking about Romeo Crennel. I'm talking about Eric Mangini. I'm talking about Josh McDaniels the first time around.
Charlie Weiss.
Charlie Weiss. You can go down the list.
Yeah.
Why do you think Patricia's going to be different?
It's a tough question.
Gut feeling.
Gut feeling?
I've liked this guy for a long time.
Do you think maybe?
And
Do you think maybe it is because he's more of a new age thinker?
And he is a new age thinker, and you know what? He is I think, based on everything you can read, has been the closest disciple of the pure distilled Darth Hoodie that you can get in another human being. Whereas everybody else has been a football person before they've been corrupted by the outside. They're impure. They've had previous employment and they've become jaded and set in the ways of traditional football thinking by our other organizations.
and
then
then
went
you
worked
could-
for Darth Hoodie and then got their job. And I think, but you don't have that. He's only worked for He's only worked for them.
And I believe it was within that SI article that they talked about Belichick's attraction to him, that
He saw so much of himself in him.
well, not so much that, but that he was a fresh mind. He wasn't.
Oh, yeah, he really likes... And the same thing with... Look at Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels never played football.
Well, and the thing too is like, well,
He never played football at the college level. He was an intern that rose through the ranks.
and see, that's what I get with like McDaniels. That he's had Tom Brady as his quarterback his entire time he's been there. He hasn't really had it. He had
He was also the
that
OC,
Matt Castle
he was
for
also
that
the
1
OC
year.
for the Matt Castle
But the thing
and
is-
the 4-game stint with Garoppolo and
So
Brissett.
he's had Tom Brady's entire time, besides the time when he was in Denver. So before that, he never really had to really do much. He was just basically just standing there and like, all right, Tom Brady, go throw the ball, go throw 40 touchdowns, do your thing. And then obviously you saw what happened when he went to the Broncos, and he had to work with a quarterback to try to build him, and he sucked. So I don't think McDaniels...
Oh, come on. It was...
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
No, I just.
Oh, I thought you switched the cameras.
No, I just
That's what that
camera
mouse clip
idea.
was
Because
for.
He hitched his
McDaniels
wagon to
was
the
there,
wrong guy.
But was he there? Was
Tim Tebow was an
Kyle
untalented...
Orton there when he was there too?
No, Kyle
Okay,
Orton
was that-
got dumped as soon as they drafted Tebow.
Okay,
for him.
that's what I could remember.
He's a baller. He's a playmaker and a shot caller. In case you
And
didn't
I'm not mad about the Tebow thing. I'm mad that you're giving Skip Bayless playtime.
Oh, that's funny. But I never thought when you guys say that the offsprings of
Tim Tebow was an untalented
But I
hack.
didn't think McDaniels was really that good from the beginning. Anyways, I'm like, he was overrated because of Tom Brady. There's no doubt about it.
Whatever. You know what? He's done nothing but been top third of the league as an offensive coordinator. You know what?
That's going to get you a shot every time.
Well, yeah, no doubt about it. He's just been in the right place at the right time.
Where do you think McDaniels ends up?
Or does he stick around?
He sticks around.
Or
I'm going to put my tinfoil.
I think
hat on
already.
here again.
does he stick around? Because Belichick's in his 60s. How much longer is he going to want to do this?
Can I make my
stick
predictions?
around
I guess
and
I should probably save this for Majors Live, but whatever. I think I was correct on Matt Nagy going to Chicago,
Really?
because I was going to say it was going to be either Schumer or Nagy, but I think I opted for
Schumer?
or what the hell is this? Pat Schumer?
Pat
Shermer?
Schumer, yeah.
Shermer from Minnesota? Yeah.
Minnesota, yeah.
Okay.
Former Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think he goes to Arizona now.
Okay.
I'm going to say Josh McDaniels goes to Indy.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say Patricia goes to Detroit. And
There's one more job open then.
the Giants, Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, there is a lot. I've been reading a lot about Jim Schwartz going to the Giants.
You know what?
I actually kind of like your predictions, to be honest.
Jim Schwartz, I think, is also one of those guys that has learned a lot and has done nothing but put out good defenses. It's time for, this is time for his second shot.
Yeah.
First time since the late 50s that a Lions hired head coach would go on
To get another job.
to get
after.
another job in the NFL.
Head coaching job.
Head coaching job. Dick Duran does not count
Why does Jack Durham not count?
because he was an intern with the Lions.
Oh, so okay.
I think
hear what you're
I
saying.
think he took over when Mariucci was fired, from what I could remember. I think
Is
that's
that
what
Bobby
it was.
Ross?
No.
No, he was
Bobby Ross was right before.
right before Mariucci. Was
No, he was right before Morningweg.
Oh, that's okay. Yep. And that's another guy I'm surprised who hasn't gotten another shot.
Actually, who Morningweg?
Marty Morningweg, yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it
been a
Bobby?
cruise.
Was it Bobby Ross? Yeah, I think it was Bobby Ross then. Who was the old Michigan coach?
Ross.
Yeah.
No, Bobby Ross was not a Michigan coach. He coached Army. Gary Moeller.
Yes, Gary
Mueller, yep.
Was it Gary Moeller then? I think it was Gary Moeller because I think Bobby Ross quit, and then Gary Moeller
was
came
like
in
a
as an
year and a
intern.
half.
Yeah, and he did very, very well too. And people were like, "Give him the job."
Yeah.
But then they, Mellon came in, and the rest was obviously history. So
All right. I now want to try and get on target for the goal of this episode. We're going to get some predictions on paper here.
I found the release order. How you're supposed to.
Oh, shut up.
Tim Tebow would know how to do
I
it.
hate you guys. I have lost control of the podcast. And unfortunately, I am out of reach of the soundboard. I can't hear you guys. All right. quickly, we're going to go around the table here. I know it's already weekend, like I said. You know what? Sue us. I don't care.
It is Moeller. Thanks, Nick.
We're doing it anyway. Predictions for the 2018 calendar year for these various categories that we're going to go through. Just, I'm not talking like, oh, the Lions will go 6-10 next season and draft 5th overall or something like that. I'm not talking about records and playoff finishes and yada yada, etc.
6-10, 5th overall.
Well, I wasn't. Shut up. Doesn't have to be bold, lofty, unrealistic, realistic, whatever. Just don't give me the Tigers will win 78 games and finish 4th in the Central. That's not what I want. And if you guys want to follow along, if you're listening live on social media, let us know which your prediction you're making and comment on ours. Make one of your own. That'd be great. Our first category, sports media in the state of Michigan. One bold, lofty, or otherwise prediction. I've got one ready, unless, of course, you guys want to start. My prediction is, despite the seemingly good start for the Athletic as a writing franchise, the Athletic, Michigan or Detroit focused one will fold before the end of the year. I do not think that their model will be able to support all these different regional things outside of maybe the top 5 markets. You'll be able to support New York one. You'll probably be able to support a state of California, maybe Boston, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think there's enough clicks or enough people subscribing to support that, and I think it will fold before the end of the 2018 calendar year. It sucks because I like it. It really does suck, but I just don't think there's enough eyeballs to go around. I know they're not on an advertiser model. I know they're in a subscription model. But the biggest thing with the subscription model is you're selling an annual subscription, how many people re-up for year 2 right after they all signed up in the initial wave? I don't think you'll get enough re-ups for them to justify keeping one around.
Yeah, because you're right, Dorf. I mean, they went all in with this stuff, and
they must have had a huge
startup
seed money somewhere.
Because the thing is the guys that they are hiring, the guys that they hired,
cheap.
No, and what'd you say, $250 a month?
I think that's what the sale was. I don't remember what the regular price was.
I mean,
like you could get it at Christmas for $250.
I could imagine that the Athletic Chicago, the Athletic Los Angeles, wherever else they're based, are going to be around that same.
Oh, the
price
national site will continue to. They'll be around. They'll thrive.
However, you have to figure that they're bringing in the money from all these different regional ones to help pay for guys like Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah.
Because Ken Rosenthal isn't going to the Athletic if he's not getting paid a very handsome salary.
Yeah, he's going to want something more than obviously what he was making before.
Or not necessarily. Fox said no writing for you no more. So he was a free man at that point. But
yeah. But what I'm saying is
he won't stick around if it's not worth it.
No, and that was my point. He probably had the ability to go to a bunch of different places before he went to the Athletic. And to your point,
I think they've just expanded too fast.
I think it's
a model that can work. It's absolutely a business model that can work. And it's proven, especially if you look at all the different things that are supported by Patreon. Mm-hmm. It's a subscription model can work.
It's growing faster than they can work.
I think they've bit off more than they can chew.
They needed to start off with just the national page first.
And see with that.
And a couple, and you know what? Get into those top 5 markets and then, make it work for you.
Then grow.
And then start adding.
And see, like the thing is,
it all at once. I mean, they must have they need to have a wealthy benefactor that's willing to support losses for several years in order to get it off the ground.
And things like you say, for example, like you don't think that they're gonna last, and
the Athletic as a whole will be around throughout 2018.
Right,
and the Detroit one will be gone.
Right, that's what I'm saying. For the Detroit one, there's going to be things like MLive and all that stuff. They're going to be gaining from them not succeeding because people are going to start jumping them.
MLive sucks.
I'm just saying example. It was an example. Right. I wasn't saying.
Are you giving another prediction?
For the sake of time, cutting it off. Shawn, you're up.
I basically just I'm like I like with yours. I kind of agree with you that it's not going to succeed, but it's going to take a little time for it to kind of fail or whatever. But I think smaller successful Detroit local, for example, I said like M Live or anything else, they're going to succeed from that, and they're going to gain from that to build them, because people are going to start going to them more, because they've been around, more trusted name.
Shawn, what's your prediction for what's your prediction for the stadium?
Can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Mine is, this is kind of weak, just because I think sports media in Detroit is
Weak sauce.
sauce. It is kind of embarrassing.
Kinda.
It is really embarrassing. I'm gonna go with, there's going to be talk once again of a second sports station to rival 97.1. You're gonna start hearing about the feelers being put out there about another FM station hitting the airwaves, and I think they're going to do this one the right way, because we're talking about before, when it came to the the Patriots and some of these offshoots. I think they're going to learn a lot from 105.1 or whatever the fuck it was.
It was
I think it's 105.
105.1. Now it's
the bounce.
No, it's the bounce. But what was there? It wasn't.
It was
the
Detroit.
Detroit Sports 105.1.
Yeah, Detroit
okay.
Sports.
I think they're going to learn a lot from what not to do prior, and go forward with that. A new business.
And here's the thing, DFN's expanding. That may be your, talk to me when they get over a 1.0 rating. So,
yeah.
Whatever. All right, Shawn, what's yours?
97.1's just going to keep doing what they're doing and run everybody out of town.
All right. 97.1 will run unopposed. Yeah. All right. For our next category, bold prediction or otherwise for the Detroit Tigers, Shawn, I'm gonna kick it to you first.
Your prediction for about the Detroit Tigers in 2018.
They will be very awful, and somehow Rod Gardenhire will get fired.
Oh,
wow.
damn.
Ron Gardenhire will not make it through the season.
Well, he will make it through.
Fired after the season?
After the season.
Ron Gardenhire will be canned after his first season.
Mm.
Wow. How bad do you think they have to do?
They're going to be bad. It's
okay.
It's really bad.
I know. I said I didn't want records.
That's what I'm saying.
How few games are we talking here? Are we challenging for worst team ever?
Possibly, yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because there's other things that I would say is going to happen, but I'm just going to final solution to that one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, what's yours?
I'm gonna go with the rumor mill again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say by the end of the year, we're gonna start hearing rumors, very strong rumors, that Chris Ilitch will be putting the team up for sale.
It's a good one.
Tigers will be for sale. You know what?
And
you can see, like it. No, I do.
You can see it too. The way that they're positioning themselves with, and I know it's a traditional rebuild where they go and they obviously
this ain't no traditional rebuild.
Where they trade. Well, it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It is.
It's gonna be worse.
But what they're positioning themselves to do is make the franchise look more appealing to potential buyers.
Mm-hmm.
That's
getting the financial house in order.
Exactly.
All right, my bold or otherwise prediction for the Detroit Tigers in 2018, Michael Fulmer will be traded during the 2018 season.
I don't like that. I think it's...
Do you think it's a solid prediction, or do you not like the outcome?
I don't like the outcome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it won't happen, and I don't have anything against the prediction itself. I don't think it's something stupid. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't like the outcome from that.
Right.
And I've said it before, because I think that he's everything that you would want in a
and somebody you want to build around.
Correct. However, why I say this is they have a plethora of power arm, young right-handed pitching, and I think they will realize shortly that this rebuild is going to take longer than they expect, which means Michael Fulmer is going to age out, essentially, before they're ready to win again. So what they'll do is they will flip him to a contender for a shit ton of pieces. Look, Clyber Torres. Excuse me. Did I say that? They will flip him potentially like to the Yankees for
Clyber Torres. And hasten the rebuild, because you know what? Your top 4 guys in this organization are all righties that throw 95 plus, and you know what? You've got a surplus. Yeah, they may not end up being as good as Michael Fulmer, but you know what? You might be able to cut a year off your rebuild if you deal it.
I think Bleacher Report just released a rundown of the minor league rankings. I think the Tigers made it back into the top 10.
Oh yeah, they've done a hell of a job adding talent.
Yeah.
Was it the 8 of their top 10 prospects were not in the organization at the beginning of the 16 season?
Something like that, yeah. But they have
and 25 of their top 30.
They have 4 maybe at least bona fide legit MLB starters.
Yeah.
Within the minor leagues, and you know who's last now or near the bottom? Chicago Cubs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Chicago Cubs.
And here's the deal. They can no longer claim that, it's all just hit the big leagues. Well, they've dealt all of it too.
Yeah.
They've
Cubs
traded a lot.
Yep, Cubs are a team right now that is going to.
But you know why it doesn't matter?
Well, they won the World Series.
They got the World Series.
Yeah.
They got their World Series.
Yep. Just like the Royals. Royals have maybe the worst farm system in all of
and the
baseball.
crazier part about, and a little sidebar here, they're tied to Lorenzo Cain now, apparently.
Are they?
Who?
Yeah.
The Royals?
No. The Cubs.
Oh, the Cubs.
And Cain.
Wait, did he go to the Cubs?
No.
What am I missing?
I was
No.
gonna say
He was being tied to them. And,
in
rumors.
talks.
I was like, what did
Where
I
the
miss?
fuck are they going to put him?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, they've already got, another $140 million of Jason Hayward to eat. Or 130-ish. And he sucks. Not to mention you already got Kyle Schwarber, a hitter without a home.
Yeah.
Almora, you can't not play him. And you know what? John Jay just only hits .330 for you and can't find playing time. I don't know what the hell you're going to do.
Yeah.
Not to mention your top prospect is an outfielder. So, all right. Next segment, Detroit Lions. Adam, you're going to go first. What is your bold prediction for the 2018 calendar year?
Let's see.
Or not. Doesn't have to be bold. I'm going to keep calling it that, though.
Okay, I got one.
Sure, what's that?
They are going to get a running back in the draft, and he is going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Okay. How would you define in the running?
Let's see, it's so hard. No pun intended, by the way, with in the running.
I was going to say, come on, man.
He's just going to be a guy that you can't miss on when
Okay,
you're
he'll be on people's list.
Yeah, when you're having this discussion, you can't not talk
Not
about this guy.
consider him.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. Shawn, what about yours?
Kenny Galladay will have over 900 receiving yards.
Any reason why you think that will happen?
Because he's really good.
Bad.
I really do believe Golden Tate is gonna have a really bust year. I think he's overrated.
He's angling for an extension.
I
man.
know. I just don't see.
You know what Bob Quinn should tell him to do? Fuck off and play out your contract.
Yeah.
You know, I think your prediction is going to be interesting and could very well happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to happen because Golden Tate's going to have a good year.
Think so?
Yeah. I think.
And then Marvin Jones is be his normal stuff, a deep threat, between
I like
700-800 yards average.
I think Kenny Galladay's success is going to be very much dependent, obviously, on what Matthew Stafford's able to do, but also what a guy like Golden Tate's going to be able to do. So, I agree with you, but then I don't.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. There's just something about Golden Tate that's been in my stomach that's bothering me. I don't know.
I think Golden Tate's one of the more underrated receivers in the league. Still,
All about that yak, man.
yeah.
Yards after catch.
Yep.
My bold prediction, the Detroit Lions in the 2018 NFL Draft will trade out of the first round. They would trade down and get at least 3 additional second or third round picks. That doesn't necessarily have to be in the 2018 draft, but their net gain will be at least 3 additional 2s and 3s.
If Patricia's there and Quinn's running the show,
That
then
would be such a Patriots.
that's the Patriot way.
Yeah, I mean, you can end up, you find the right trade partner, you end up with 3 picks in the second round, and then woohoo! It's a great way to add a lot of talent quickly.
No, that's
especially where you're picking in the draft, 20th overall, you're going to be getting in the positions that you need the 4th or 5th best tackle or end defensively. You're going to be reaching for a running back because anybody worth the first round is gone at that point. You don't need to take a receiver.
No, you don't.
You don't need a QB.
If we take a receiver,
It's too early to take guard or center.
Yes.
You don't need another tight end. You don't need to take.
What about defensive tackle? What about anybody on the line?
You're taking the 4th or 5th best at that point.
Okay.
And you know what? I can wait another round because at the 4th or 5th best, I can get the same type of player in round 2.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
And you know what? I don't think on any planet you can take a linebacker in the 20s 2 years in a row.
Okay.
And I think you're very satisfied with what you have at safety, especially with Quandre Diggs. Holy shit!
I know the guy. He stepped up this year.
Hell of a slot corner. And
I never.
he's looking like
the
an
dude
elite
can hit. The dude he can hit.
Lions all of a sudden have a very nice
secondary going forward.
Yeah, they do.
You know what?
Talk about Miles Killebrew getting more time next year.
I know.
Too.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. He wasn't bad.
And that's fine. And I just don't think what they need. They can get the same player in a round later, so they'll be incentivized to trade out.
No, hey.
Unless, of course, you're going to have one of those scenarios where, Reuben Foster last year keeps falling, and then you grab him at your pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only scenario where I don't see that. They fall out of the first round, or they trade out of the first round.
Okay.
All right. Next, Pistons. Adam, you're going to go first.
Okay, Pistons.
No, let me go first.
Go ahead, Sean.
Okay, Sean.
Ready.
Okay, Sean, go ahead.
Go ahead. You ready?
Detroit Pistons will finish as the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference, but will lose the first round, and Andre Drummond will demand a trade.
Wow. Okay. Why do you think Drummond wants out?
Can't win. I'm like he
ain't old enough to.
I know,
be worried
but
about
I'm just
that
saying.
yet.
I'm just saying that he's not happy here. You can just see it's not happy.
Okay.
I don't.
He has no leverage to demand a trade.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree, Sean, with that.
All right.
See, I was gonna go. I was considering two different ones. One of them involved an Andre Drummond trade. That the Pistons were going to trade Andre Drummond sometime this year. However, since Sean has that one, I'm going to go with something more boring. And I'm going to go ahead and say that they go ahead and re-sign Avery Bradley during the offseason.
It wouldn't be a bad.
Boring.
Sorry.
How is
at the expense of who? Because remember they got to pay Tobias Harris too. Is it Bradley instead of Harris? Because Harris is unrestricted, I believe. You can tell him to go off.
You could. Actually, you know what? Let me check on that.
Okay. Hurry up. I will give you mine. My bold prediction for this year, the Detroit Pistons will be again for sale.
no? I would say no. Tobias Harris has 2 more years left.
Does he have 2? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
Don't have to explain anything to you, Dorf.
Well, okay. Well, why are you spending $18 million combined on Boban and John Lure?
Don't ask me questions I don't have the answer to just yet.
Well, I got a question for
DNP coaches'
real quick
decisions.
for the whole
You
Bradley.
got $14 million in DNP coaches' decisions on a regular
How is
basis.
his off-season issues going on? Remember, he said have that.
He's still not a raper.
Yeah, how is that going on right now?
I haven't heard anything about it,
Since
which
the
leads me to
initial
believe
nothing.
not much.
Okay, I just know there was talks and stuff. I remember seeing a while ago, and I didn't know exactly.
And here's the deal about lawsuit settlements. You may be right. You may have been entirely innocent, but it's more expedient. You will spend less money and not damage your reputation by getting a settlement done with a non-disclosure or non-disparagement clause, contract. That it's just more expedient to just do it that way. Mm-hmm. Even though you may be entirely innocent, especially if you have the ability to pay, do it. That happens all the time in business and life.
You're looking for.
What are you singing?
Billy Joel.
I'm over here. I'm like, why are you singing?
What is he singing?
I know. I knew what he was singing. I was like, why are you singing? Like, it's actually kind of funny, but.
So,
Well, Dorf said you may be right.
yeah.
I like that Billy Joel song.
So,
sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So I think the Pistons will be up for sale again. I think the luster's kind of fallen off Tom Gorse a little bit. And you know what? I don't think he's making money as fast as he'd like to. And I think the team will be for sale again.
It's kind of a shame. I like Gorse.
What has he done?
Mm-hmm.
Move the team back to Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big step, to be honest. That's a huge step.
I don't know. I'm willing to give it some more time
Yeah.
here. It's not like he's handcuffing them or anything like that, and saying you can't go out and sign these people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like him bringing.
He's not Derek Jetering.
No, I like him bringing Stan Van Gundy aboard. I still like that. I still like Stan Van Gundy here.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have any problem with
Okay.
Tom Gorse.
I'm not saying I want him to sell the team. It's just that I predict that he will attempt to.
Are you pulling a Dan Enos here, and are you now a Michigan guy and
What?
don't like Tom Gorse because he went to Michigan State?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Just checking.
Next, the Red Wings. Adam, you usually have the strongest opinions about the Red Wings.
Yeah.
You're first.
It's kind of boring because I don't think.
Lame.
See, I don't.
Back-to-back lamos.
Look, they're not going to be doing the things that I know. There was a report out there from Spyro Avenue that Ken Holland was going to be gone at the end of the season.
Sorry.
don't-
He said the same thing about Bossmas.
Yeah, see, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to quite fire Blashill yet. I don't think that's going to happen.
He's not a dead man walking.
I don't think so yet. No.
Really?
I'm not saying that I'm
Does he
happy.
make it through this season but not the 2018 calendar year?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. Okay. But see, the thing with the Red Wings is that they've never been a team to go out there and make drastic change right in the forefront. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to finally make a decision when it comes to their goaltenders, and one of them is going to be gone this offseason.
Okay. Are you willing to put a prediction of which one it'll be?
Peter Mrazek.
Peter Mrazek is gone. Does he make it past the trade deadline?
Yes.
All right. Shawn, what about you?
All right. I'm going to go Anthony Mantha will lead the team in goals with 33 at the end of the season.
You wouldn't look that up.
Is that what he's projected to do?
Is it really?
I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm just getting. I really.
Did you?
I really.
Off the top of my head, that sounds about what he's.
Did you look up
roughly
at
on
his? Did
pace
you look
for.
up his goal total right now? I'm like,
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I kind of figured. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with that.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Am I allowed to do that or no? I can't do my stats and have to check this out. Hockey's not my biggest topic, so I got to do something.
Yeah, we know. We just sit here and yell at each other.
I know, and I sit here and I
topics,
laugh.
Shawn just
I
giggles. My bold prediction for 2018 is Henrik Zetterberg at the end of this season will pull a good burger. The fuck you.
That's not
you're
good
cool,
burger.
fuck
That's
you.
half-baked.
I'm out. That's half baked.
yeah, that's
God
half-baked.
damn it!
Good burger.
You know I don't watch.
Welcome to Good Burger.
You know I don't watch. I don't watch movies, and I thought
I'm like, wait a second.
I thought I had gotten a pop culture reference right, and I blew it. So whatever. Half baked. He's going to pull a half baked.
So
Peace out.
Is he going to retire?
He's going to retire.
Okay.
I'm like, when you started saying, I'm like, did that happen in Good Burger? I was like, did Kenan and Kel do that?
No. Okay, I'm sorry. I fully admit, y'all know I don't watch movies outside of science fiction.
What was the orange thing?
No,
The orange.
Who loves orange soda? Kel does. Is it true? I do.
Man, I was so proud of myself being able to work in a pop culture reference, and I blew it.
Oh, you suck.
So now that after we can have the giggles at me, what do you think about the prediction?
I don't think it's totally outlandish. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's totally outlandish though. You're not off your rocker for making a prediction like that.
It's gonna get sick of fucking waiting to win again, or will he demand a trade?
No, he's
The only organization he's ever known.
yeah. Henrik Zetterberg is one of those guys where if it's not
here or
Detroit,
nowhere.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing else for him to do. Essentially, I mean, we're not talking about a Ray Bork situation here where he's never won a Stanley Cup and he wants to go to a team and win a Stanley Cup. I mean, he's done that, and he's done that, at a point in his career where he was a contributor on the team. I mean, you could make the argument back in 2002, he wasn't a real contributor.
A fourth liner that didn't play much.
No, I mean they won in 2008, he was a contributor. He's a big contributor on the team. But see, I don't think it's going to come to that with Henrik Zetterberg. So if anything, he's going to retire. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't think you're off your rocker
For thinking
that.
All right, we're going to go into this college teams, football and basketball here. Rapid fire. Please be quick. We got to wrap this up. All right, Michigan football. Shawn, what is your prediction?
Shea Patterson will start but suck, and then Jim Harbaugh leaves after this year.
Oh, man! Oh, shit!
Bolt for the NFL.
What?
Bolts for the NFL?
Yes.
Oh, damn! Shawn is laying on heavy with that one.
Will that occur during the 2018 calendar year, however? The Harbaugh Bolt in the NFL, or will it be the first week of 2019? Because remember, Black Monday will be in 2019.
Exactly. So it will be in 2019.
Okay, so Shea Patterson will start and suck will be your 18 prediction.
Yeah.
Damn, that's still... He's ripping out the hearts of Michigan fans.
Hey, I'm a diehard Michigan fan.
Ooh.
You know this. And I'm waiting
So he
for this.
he will win his eligibility
Yes.
upon appeal.
Yes.
He will start and he will suck.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Still doesn't have anybody to throw to.
right, exactly what I'm saying. He's going to suck. He's going to have to run the entire time.
He still doesn't have
He
anybody
has
to throw to.
nobody to throw to. Unless somehow he's one of those quarterbacks that can create somebody, but that's never going to happen freaking with this team.
All right, Adam, what's yours?
Michigan will beat Notre Dame to start the season, but they will lose to Michigan State and Ohio State.
It's not very bold of you.
Sorry. Is that kind of the story?
My prediction:
Oh, God, here we go.
Shea Patterson will not be eligible.
Oh, he's not going to get
He
the...
will not get the. I don't know how he's going to. What obscure. He's going to have to sue for it. He will not be eligible. As a result, Brandon Peters will start, and Michigan will miss a bowl game.
Oh!
I wouldn't put it past that either,
So they're going to finish with below 6 wins this season?
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
man! So you're talking losing to Notre Dame, losing to... They play Penn State this year.
Correct.
They're gonna-
Penn State and Wisconsin.
They're going to lose to Penn State, Wisconsin, Michigan State, and Ohio State?
Yep.
Damn!
I can see it happen.
Shit.
And that's why Jim Harbaugh is running through the door.
Okay. Finish it off then. What happens to Harbaugh at the end of the season?
He's got a lifetime contract. His reputation will be tarnished enough that he's not going to be able to jump again to the NFL. We'd pass up for that. But Jesus Harbaugh will never be fired, so he'll be back in Ann Arbor for the 2019 season.
And he's got to work his way back to making himself appealing to the NFL.
Yes. I mean, if you think about it, they're likely not to be favored against Notre Dame, who will be returning their quarterback
Yeah.
and most of their very good defense. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be favored at Ohio State. They're not going to be favored at Michigan State, and something drastically bad happens. They have Penn State and Wisconsin at home. Penn State doesn't bring back Saquon Barkley, but McSorley will be back, plus most of the receiving core. And Wisconsin's Wisconsin. They will be returning a third-year starter at QB. And, oh, by the way, the running back who ripped your ass open last year was a true freshman. He'll be back, too.
Damn. Shit.
I mean, there's 5 right there that are pretty in doubt. You only got to lose 2 more.
Yeah. Which they are certainly good for. Damn. Dropping bombs on the University of Michigan football team. Holy shit.
Okay. And you know what? Oh, he's just such a Spartan slap. You know what? Maybe I am, but so what? Sue me. All right, Michigan State football. I'll go first here. Michigan State will be on the cusp of the college football playoff, but will be on the outside looking in. They've got returning, 2019 of 22 starters, both your kicker and punter. Realistically, you've got 3 new guys. And I would argue 2 of the 3 replacements will be addition by subtraction. So I think 10-2, it's probably going to be a loss in the Big Ten championship game that will keep them out. That will be my prediction. And I'm going to lay it on. Homer slap, whatever.
No, I'm not gonna.
No. You have the right to say that because you actually are good.
The thing that I worry about with Michigan State is
They did just lose a coordinator.
they lost a coordinator, Harlan Barnett, a very, very good coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that worries me about Michigan State, though, is something that happened to the Pistons the year after they went to the playoffs, where I think they were ahead of schedule, and
They got complacent and stagnant.
people started expecting more than what they were actually. Because Michigan State weren't as good as what they gave us on the field this year. They were highly overachieving this year.
You're talking Michigan State overachieved this year.
Yes.
Okay.
I think they overachieved a lot this year. And that's what worries me a little bit going into next year if you're a Michigan State fan.
If you, okay. I'm going to disagree with you here, and I'm going to keep it brief.
Okay.
2 games the 2 games you absolutely should have lost, you did. Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Mhm.
You know what? Notre Dame in your opener, youngest team in the fucking world, and whatever. I know Michigan's technically younger, but bullshit, whatever. Brand new, QB coming off a broken leg. 3 career starts to his name prior. On the road, you're going to lose that one. Not surprised. And Ohio State beat the doors off you. Not surprised. You beat Michigan at their place again. And your 3rd loss, Dave Warner had a classic Dave Warner boner brain and lost that game for you because he was too stubborn to pass the fucking ball until it was too late.
I thought you said this would be brief.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, there was no other game on their schedule that. Remember my prediction at the beginning of the year? I did say 9-3 because I said, there's not any other game that I can see them losing badly. Mm-hmm. There's 5 games that were a toss-up, but they had a shot at, and I thought they didn't have a shot in those 2, Notre Dame and Ohio State. And I said, pick another one that they would lose because they're a young team.
Want to hear my prediction now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Michigan State's going to do very well this season.
Okay.
Very, very well this season. I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to say they're going to be on the cusp of the college football playoff, Dorf. Mm-hmm. However, there's going to be some real, true attraction once again to Mark D'Antonio to try to pry him away from Michigan State.
Okay. What kind of name a program? Who's coming calling?
I'm talking Power 5 conference. Somebody from I want to say USC. USC just got a new head coach.
Well, Clay Helton got extended.
Yeah. USC.
Oregon?
Maybe Oregon. I'm thinking maybe UCLA. I'm thinking let's see, going down south here.
Ole Miss.
See Tom Harmon too.
They just hired a new
Did
guy.
they?
Yeah. I'm gonna be I want to say Texas.
It just.
I know.
I think Tom Herman's going to go down. And
I know.
What about Tennessee?
The thing
just
though.
hired a new guy right
The
now.
thing though with that situation is we've already seen what Texas is and how they don't like to wait. I think what they're going to want to do here is potentially try to find a guy who has real experience and real success as a head coach at the major college football level.
And here's the thing, though, with how impatient their fan base is, that would be a big mistake. Because everything they do there in the style of football they play at Texas, they're going to have to clean house and start over.
Probably, yeah.
It's an entirely different kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that works in the Big 12,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying we're gonna have
entirely different class of.
I'm just saying we're gonna have
football
multiple programs.
backing up the Brinks truck to try and hire more.
Yes.
Sure. What's going on with the Florida situation?
They just hired a new coach.
Did they? I didn't know. Like with all, I don't remember all the suspensions. I haven't really paid attention.
No, they got a first year.
Did they get a new one?
Yeah, because
Who did they hire? I forget who.
I can't remember who they hired, but where did?
Dan Mullen.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Where did he go though?
Mississippi State.
No,
That's where he's from.
No, I know, but where?
To Florida.
Florida State.
Wally Taggart?
No,
from Oregon.
No, Florida State head coach before. Who was it? Why is it escaping?
Jimbo Fisher.
Jimbo
went
Fisher.
to A&M.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
A&M gave him even more an ungodly salary.
Yeah, that's right.
Shawn, what's yours?
I'm gonna kind of keep it boring, I guess, if you want to say. They will come down to Ohio State. They play Ohio State this year again, right?
They're in the same division.
I didn't know that. So they play Ohio State. It comes down to the last week or whatever. I don't know their schedule, whatever.
They play them towards the end of the year, but it's the Michigan-Ohio State game.
Right, and I think it comes down to that, whether it decides who wins that division. Michigan State fails to Ohio State and comes in second.
Okay, so...
I told you it was going to be boring.
OSU wins the East. Yep. Michigan State finished second. Okay, MSU finished second in the East behind Ohio State. And you know what? Okay, cool. All right. Really fast turbo round here. We've got 5 minutes to finish these last two. Michigan State basketball. I'm going to start with Adam.
Michigan State basketball this year loses in the Final Four.
Wow. Okay, so they make it to the Final Four and lose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sean.
I was actually going to say Sweet 16 that they lose in. They fail against the unranked team, I guess.
I mean, everybody's ranked at that point.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to have an underdog beat them.
I'm going to... Okay. My prediction. They do not win the national title. Everybody comes back.
All the players come back?
Yep.
Miles Bridges comes back? Yep. Wow. That's pretty good. For one more shot, huh?
One more shot.
Okay.
Can only do college once.
How far do they go?
They don't win.
Come on, you got to give me something here. You can't.
I am so discouraged after last night. I can't.
Oh, come on. You
Dude,
can't be discouraged after
the day
that.
before, I was literally talking about how I don't see them not beating somebody by 25 for the next 3 weeks.
Well,
and then they got the barn doors blown off.
That's your first problem there, is convincing yourself of that.
Their average margin of victory was 31.
Okay, but you can't... Okay, great. And so they had a bad night.
Yeah, they did. They had a horrible night.
I mean, teams... This happens to
early
everybody.
in the season.
Ohio State, blew their wad and played their game of the year.
Yeah, this happens. This happens all the time.
I know it does.
So you can't be discouraged over that. Come on, Dorf.
I'm not gonna do it.
You're better than that. What? You're not gonna give me a? You're
I'm
not gonna give me a
a
round.
number.
Give me a round.
We're out of time.
Moving on. No, give me a round.
8. Lead 8.
Okay. You're lying. Give me another one.
No, losing the lead 8. Everybody comes back.
Okay.
All right, next, Michigan basketball. Shawn, you're up.
Michigan will be a surprise underdog team in March Madness and make it past the Sweet 16.
So it's an Elite 8?
Yeah, Elite 8.
Elite 8. Yeah. Wow. Does John Beeling get an extension after that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know when his contract's up.
Yeah,
but it's one of those things. This team's not expected to do much, and
right.
That would be surprising. All right. Shawn. Or not Shawn. Adam, yours.
Let's see here. For Michigan basketball, I'm going to go ahead and say that I like where Shawn's heading with that one. I'm going to go ahead and say that they lose, though. I'm not going to make any predictions about the tournament. I will say that they will lose in the Big Ten tournament, though, in the championship game.
All right. My prediction for them, they will not make the Big Ten tournament after having a bad Big Ten season due to injury.
Wait, they won't make the Big Ten tournament?
They will not make the tournament.
Oh, I was going to say.
Yeah, you can't not make the Big Ten tournament.
That's what I was going to say.
This isn't the old Big East.
So who gets hurt?
I believe Matthews and Wagner's not going to ever going to get back to full health, and Matthews gets hurt because it just relying on him too much, and they will not make the tournament.
Okay.
Man, look at me. No bowl game, no tournament. I really must hate that school in Ann Arbor. All right.
Any prediction about the hockey team at all? Which I think they just beat Michigan State.
College hockey. They play like 7 times a
in the
year.
GLI.
Whatever.
Did they just beat them in the GLI?
I don't know.
Whatever. You don't want to talk about that, huh?
Who watches college hockey outside of the people whose kids are on the team?
I don't know.
And like 5 students. I know that's a gross undercalculation, but
God, you're so mean.
Hey, Pistons tried to trade for Evan Fournier, so at least they're trying something. Got anything else, guys?
Is there anything else we're missing? We have to be missing something, right?
That's all the like the major sports plus the media thing. I mean, do we want to keep going on Star Wars for another 20 minutes?
We could.
I know we could. All right, that's going to wrap up this 157th episode of Motor City Uncut, presented by the Major Sports Network Detroit. We are now on Mondays, if you can't tell. Monday nights, 7 p.m.-ish Eastern, live right here on the various distribution channels that you are catching us live on, or you can catch a replay at our website, detroit.themajors.net. So for Adam and Shawn, I'm Dorf. See y'all guys next week. We promise. No 4-week hiatus.